After the video about the mysteries of the feather family, I discovered that not everyone knew about the laboratory. So in today's video, we're going to learn about it, discover its lore, and what it's used for. The laboratory, better known as Fossil Lab, is a subregion of the ice mountain hidden in the terrain near a body of water. It has a code lock required to open it, the code being a random code per server found in the Magic Tree Cave. Inside, the lab has things like test tubes and science equipment. 3 NPCs are in the lab, being Dr. Penguin, Penguin Jr., and the robot. We'll talk more about the robot's lore later. The rows of test tubes have remnants of all extinct birds in the game, with most being parts of their skeleton. Also near the test tubes are timelines where the extinction dates are put relative to each other and buttons which play the call sound of the adult version of the respective bird. It stands in front of the Dromaeosaurus fossil and near the biome's magic tree. We talked about the magic tree in the previous video. If you'd like to see it, the link will be in the description. The laboratory is where the Summer of Fossils event happens. Whenever a new extinct bird is added, the NPCs comment on it, and it gains a test tube containing its bone and call, along with its extinction time. One of the last updates to the lab was when the robot bird arrived. It was in a cage, and after the update it came out, and if you talk to Dr. Penguin, he will tell you about the robot bird. So, while I recount his lore, I'll leave out the lines of dialogue and his conversations with certain birds. Robot is the third explicitly lore-based playable bird in the game. It was created by Dr. Penguin's failed attempt to give the skeleton a new body. Robot was not always a machine, once starting as Dr. Penguin's attempt to resurrect the Harpagornis during the first Summer of Fossils. His attempt fails, creating a creature between the states of life and death, a sentient Harpagornis skeleton. The skeleton breaks out of the lab and retreats into the wild. Dr. Penguin is devastated by his mistakes and gives up on studying fossils. The next Summer of Fossils rolls around, where Penguin Jr. picks up after his father and resurrects an array of birds, including a successful resurrection of the Harpagornis as his final project. Dr. Penguin takes notice and, proud of his son, joins him in fossil studies and de-extinction for the next event. Through this time, Dr. Penguin has been living with the guilt of creating the skeleton, and if interacted with as the playable version, will always express his grief and give his deepest apologies. In between the third and fourth Summer of Fossil events, a wild Archaeopteryx crashes near the lab and the two penguins attempt to bring it back to full health. They fail miserably, creating another skeleton creature. Based on dialogue from Rita, the skeleton Harpagornis and Archaeopteryx meet each other somewhere and bond, finding comfort in each other and learning to accept their circumstances. The fourth Summer of Fossils rolls around, and Dr. Penguin decides he wants to make things right once and for all. He manages to find the Harpagornis skeleton and gets to work, planning to build it a new body without informing anyone, even his own son. After bringing back 5 extinct creatures, Dr. Penguin's creation finishes, a full mechanical body over the Harpagornis skeleton. The robot is confused and scared at its new form, lashing out and wrecking the whole lab, leaving it in disarray. The 2 penguins retreat outside the lab while the robot itself stands inside. It can be interacted with, and we'll talk about how it's confused what it is, and its disappointment in being given a more terrifying body after coming to terms with its old one. It meant no harm to the penguins, but it sees itself as a monster for the power it wields and how it looks. It even believes that the Archaeopteryx skeleton may not like it anymore, believing its new body to be a curse to their friendship. The robot cools down from its frustration later, learning to come to terms with its new body. Though it still thinks that its new form is scary, it decides to live with Dr. Penguin and Penguin Jr. in their lab where it believes it cannot scare other birds with its appearance. The 2 welcome it and accept it as a new part of their family. So far, that's all we know about the robot's story in the lab. We know he suffered a lot, but that he's happy now, and all we can do is wait for the next Summer of Fossils to find out the resto of his story and the lab story. There's not much more to say about the lab, so the video ends here. Bye everyone. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Feather Family content like this. Any video suggestions are welcome, so feel free to comment.